Have you ever noticed that the things you try to hold on to the tightest are often the ones that slip away? We pour all our energy into a specific job title, a particular relationship, a certain amount of money by a deadline, and yet the more we force it, the more exhausted we become, and the further the goal seems to recede. We've been conditioned to believe that life is a battlefield, a constant, brutal struggle, where only the most aggressive, the most controlling, will win. But what if I told you there is an ancient, quieter path to success? One that is not paved with desperation, but with calm confidence and unshakable trust. This isn't about giving up. It's about a fundamental shift in where you place your power. It's about the profound wisdom that the Stoics mastered 2,000 years ago, the inverse power of detachment. We're not just talking self-improvement here. We're diving into a mindset that transforms your daily reality. A way to move through the world, not with the anxiety of someone perpetually grasping, but with the certainty of someone who knows exactly what to do and is at peace with what happens next. If you're ready to trade in your stress and your constant struggle for a kind of powerful magnetic flow, then stick with me. By the end of this video, you will have a clear, actionable path to get what you want in life without chasing it desperately. 1. The trap of the clinging mind, learning from Epictetus. We begin by confronting the biggest trap of modern life, the clinging mind. We obsess over results. We tie our entire sense of worth and happiness to external outcomes we have zero control over. The decision of a hiring manager, the emotional response of a partner, the fluctuations of a market. The ancient Stoic slave-turned-philosopher Epictetus spoke directly to this. He taught that we are disturbed not by what happens to us, but by our judgment of what happens, and more specifically, by our attachment to a desired outcome. Epictetus famously advised, "Do not seek for things to happen the way you want them to. Rather, wish that what happens happens as it should, and you will be happy." This is the inverse power in its purest form. When you stop needing things to go a certain way to feel okay, you immediately free yourself. You reclaim your happiness from the fickle nature of the outside world. Think about a crucial work presentation. You can control your preparation, your research, your delivery, your slides. These are your efforts, your domain. But you cannot control how the audience will receive it, whether a technical glitch will occur, or what mood your CEO is in. When you cling to the desired outcome, "I must get a promotion from this," you inject anxiety into the process, which often makes you perform worse. But when you focus only on the act of giving the best presentation you are capable of, regardless of the result, you act with power, not desperation. This is the Stoic dichotomy of control in action. You focus your energy only on your actions, your judgments, and your discipline, the things that are internal, and you release the outcome, the things that are external. This detachment is not indifference, it's the highest form of strategic focus. 2. Letting go to gain control, the wisdom of Marcus Aurelius. The most powerful person in the world at the time, Marcus Aurelius, understood this detachment perfectly. As an emperor, he had vast power, yet he constantly reminded himself of its limits. He wrote in his meditations about the importance of accepting what comes naturally and not wasting energy fighting against reality. He said, "Accept the things to which fate binds you, and love the people with whom fate brings you together, but do so with all your heart." This is a beautiful, radical idea. It means you stop resisting what is. Resistance is where frustration is born. Every time you fight against a setback, a delay, or someone else's unchangeable nature, you are draining your internal battery. Consider success. Most people treat success like a rigid checklist. Graduate by 22, land a certain salary by 30, buy a house by 35. When life inevitably throws a curveball, a layoff, a pandemic, a global recession, They spiral into self-doubt, believing they have failed. They are clinging to a pre-written script. The person operating with the inverse power is different. They have a goal, yes, but they hold it loosely. They see the setback not as a failure to control, but as a rerouting. They ask, "What is this detour teaching me? What new skill am I acquiring in this period of waiting?" By accepting the reality of the detour, they free up the energy they would have spent complaining or fighting, and instead they channel it into the new actions they can control. This is the true secret of resilience. It is not about brute forcing an outcome. It is about having a mind so flexible and accepting that it can find a path to growth through any circumstance. Before we dive into the practical ways you can apply this detachment in your relationships and career starting today, I have a simple favor to ask. If this message is resonating with you and you're feeling that calm sense of power start to awaken, please hit the like button on this video, and in the comments below, tell me, "I choose flow." Your engagement helps us bring this vital Stoic wisdom to more people who need it. Thank you for your support. 3. The paradox in relationships: attracting, not chasing. The inverse power is perhaps most dramatically visible in relationships. Have you ever tried too hard to impress someone you're interested in? Your energy feels needy. Every text, every glance, every conversation is freighted with the desperate need for their validation or affection. And what happens? You push them away. Your desperation creates an aura of scarcity that repels the very connection you seek. Now contrast this with someone who is simply at ease with themselves. They're kind, they're interested, but they are not obsessed with a particular outcome. They are not waiting for a specific text message to define their day. Their worth is already secure, internal. This person operates from a place of abundance. They know that whether this specific person stays or goes, they will be fine. They will continue to pursue their purpose. This lack of frantic need, this detachment, is magnetic. It signals confidence, self-respect, and stability. People are naturally drawn to this grounded, peaceful energy. The principle is simple. You attract who you are, not what you chase. Your job is not to control the other person's feelings or force a relationship to conform to your timeline. Your job is to focus on your virtue, to be a person of integrity, kindness, and self-respect. To be a great friend, a dependable partner, or an honorable individual. When you focus on being the best you can be, you are acting with alignment and power, and you naturally attract others who value those same qualities. Stop trying to change people. Start focusing on changing your own responses, your own boundaries, and your own state of mind. That is the only place true influence exists. 4. Patience and timing. Trusting the process. We live in a culture of instant gratification. Fast food, fast information, and the lie of fast success. We've been conditioned to believe that if something doesn't happen quickly, we must be doing something wrong. But the truth is, all things of true, lasting value, wisdom, mastery, deeply fulfilling relationships, genuine wealth, take time. Life does not operate on your schedule. It moves according to its own rhythm, an order that is far grander and more complex than we can see. Seneca reminds us, no great thing is created suddenly. When you're desperately chasing a goal, say, a massive career shift, you're often looking for the immediate outcome. You send frantic emails, you jump at every opportunity, and you burn out because you're pushing against the natural process of growth. You're trying to force the bloom. The Stoic approach to patience is to see yourself as the farmer. Preparation, action. You take clear, purposeful action. You research, you train, you plant the seeds. This is entirely in your control. Cultivation, focus on the present. You tend to the crop. You focus on the work today. You keep showing up with discipline, not panic. This is also in your control. Trust, Detachment. You do not dig up the seeds every day to see if they are growing. You trust that the law of cause and effect is operating. You trust that your effort, combined with nature's timing, will yield the harvest. This is letting go of the outcome. Patience isn't passive waiting. It's active trust. It is the certainty that your actions are powerful enough, and therefore you don't need to panic about the timing. When you trust the timing, you stop spiraling into self-doubt, and that calm mind is exactly what allows you to see the opportunities that are unfolding right in front of you. 5. The abundance mindset, shifting from lack to flow. A core element of the inverse power is the shift from a scarcity mindset to an abundance mindset. If you believe that you never have enough, not enough time, not enough skill, not enough money, not enough love, then your mind will perpetually focus on the lack, and you will chase desperately to fill that hole. Your actions will come from a place of fear, not power. But abundance, as Epictetus taught, is not about having great possessions, but in having few wants. True wealth is an internal realization that you already possess everything you need for a good, virtuous, and fulfilling life. Imagine two entrepreneurs. The scarcity entrepreneur sees a competitor and immediately panics. They believe the market is a finite pie, and if the competitor succeeds, they will fail. They act from fear, they rush decisions, and they see every setback as a disaster. The abundance entrepreneur sees a competitor and smiles. They believe the market is infinite and that another successful company is proof of a growing opportunity. They act with confidence, they take calculated risks, and they see every setback as a lesson, a moment for growth. The abundance entrepreneur is not chasing success. They are embodying it. They are acting as if they already possess the security and confidence they desire. This is the magnetic energy that attracts partners, investors, and opportunities effortlessly. Your life is a mirror of your deepest beliefs. If you constantly feel you are missing something, your brain will confirm that lack. If you train your mind to focus on what you already have, your discipline, your resilience, the opportunities of the present moment, you begin to attract more of that same abundance. This isn't just theory. Psychologist William James, the father of modern psychology, noted that the greatest discovery of my generation is that a human being can alter his life by altering his attitudes. We're about to wrap up with the final, most crucial step, the daily practice that makes all of this stick. But first, let me ask for your commitment to this journey. If you're committing today to practicing the inverse power and releasing your desperate grip on outcomes, please share this video with one friend who you think needs to hear this message. And in the comments write, alignment over effort. It is this internal clarity, this understanding of the dichotomy of control, that gives you a strength that does not depend on approval or luck. You no longer need to be loved by everyone. You no longer need to win every argument. You no longer need to appear strong, because you know your character is the only good, and no one can take that away from you. True emotional armor is not a shell. It is a core of virtue. You may feel pain, but it does not break your spirit. You may be hurt, but you do not lose your prohairesis because you have stopped being reactive and have become rational. However, this rationality comes at a price, solitude. Not because you will be alone, but because few people live with this level of rational accountability. You inevitably distance yourself from those who live on the surface in constant complaint and fear. But this distancing is not rejection. It is maturity. You no longer fit where you once hid. And this brings us to the final point of this journey. Clarity as a shield. Because it is not strength that protects you, it is your fully functioning reason. This is what we will discuss in the last part. Reason as the only state in which nothing, absolutely nothing, has more power over you. The unshakable soul, choosing clarity. We are almost there. Now that you've made it this far, there is something that needs to be said very clearly. Nothing, absolutely nothing, will shield you from external suffering if you remain irrational in your judgments. The words will continue to hurt, the rejections will continue to sting, the losses will keep bringing you down until you awaken your reason. And awakening is not a magical event. It is a daily choice. It is looking within, even when it hurts. It is taking responsibility for every single one of your judgments, without blaming others, the past, or fate anymore. Epictetus said, "No man is free who is not master of himself." You have spent your whole life resisting the fear of not being enough, the emptiness of rejection, the pain of loneliness. But what did you do with that? You hid. You tried to control everything. You tried to be perfect. And all of this has brought you here, exhausted, tired of fighting against the world and against yourself. But now you know. True emotional immunity is not hardness, it is reason. It is not about creating armor. It is about clarifying your judgments. Because when you understand your own attachments and irrational demands, the actions of others lose the power to destroy you. You still feel, but you don't drown. You still suffer, but you don't lose your inner center. And that changes everything. But abundance, as Epictetus taught, is not about having great possessions, but in having few wants. True wealth is an internal realization that you already possess everything you need for a good, virtuous, and fulfilling life. When you stop operating from the belief that success is a finite resource, you stop being threatened by the success of others. Imagine two entrepreneurs. The scarcity entrepreneur sees a competitor and immediately panics. They believe the market is a finite pie, and if the competitor succeeds, they will fail. They act from fear, they rush decisions, and they see every setback as a disaster. The abundance entrepreneur sees a competitor and smiles. They believe the market is infinite and that another successful company is proof of a growing opportunity. They act with confidence, they take calculated risks, and they see every setback as a lesson, a moment for growth. The abundance entrepreneur is not chasing success, they are embodying it. They are acting as if they already possess the security and confidence they desire. This is the magnetic energy that attracts partners, investors, and opportunities effortlessly. Your life is a mirror of your deepest beliefs. If you constantly feel you are missing something, your brain will confirm that lack. If you train your mind to focus on what you already have, your discipline, your resilience, the opportunities of the present moment, you begin to attract more of that same abundance. This isn't just theory. Psychologist William James, the father of modern psychology, noted that the greatest discovery of my generation is that a human being can alter his life by altering his attitudes. We're about to wrap up with the final, most crucial step, the daily practice that makes all of this stick. But first, let me ask for your commitment to this journey. If you're committing today to practicing the inverse power and releasing your desperate grip on outcomes, please share this video with one friend who you think needs to hear this message. And in the comments write, alignment over effort. Conclusion. Life has a strange, inverse way of rewarding us. The moment we stop desperately scrambling and start calmly aligning, the universe seems to conspire in our favor. You are not meant to struggle. You are meant to be powerful. And your real power lies not in controlling the vast, chaotic world, but in mastering your own mind, your actions, your responses, and your willingness to let go of the things that were never yours to control in the first place. Take a deep breath. Trust the process. And remember, real power comes from within. This is the final call to action. If you took value from this deep dive into Stoic wisdom, make sure you are subscribed to Stoic Letters so you never miss a new insight. Hit the notification bell. And as a final gesture of commitment, leave a comment below saying, I am aligned. Thank you for being part of the Stoic Letters community. On the screen now is another video that will take you even deeper into the principles of living a life of peace and power. Click on it, and I'll see you there.